I'm Brady, and that's April, and they're cooking.
Hi.
And we're talking about travel relationships that a lot of travelers don't talk about. You can look up all these travelers and look up all their stuff, and they really don't show you the stress that traveling can put on a relationship. And I really believe it's because they're traveling. That's why. But when you settle is when I think that you start to find out that relationships can break down very, very quickly. And, I was talking with April today about this, and I see a lot of people, they don't talk about it or they avoid it. But when you're at home and you have a life and kids and bills and jobs, you have a degree of separation from each other. And you don't, maybe you avoid the hard conversations sometimes, maybe you just don't have them, maybe in your relationship you don't talk about a lot of things, you discuss it with your friends, you vent, you go on, you know girl nights, guy days, whatever the case may be, and you don't really talk about that kind of stuff to each other. You vent it and you go home and try to have, a happy home, or maybe you've got kids in sports and y'all are split in different directions, jobs that work different shifts. You don't realize how much time you don't spend together until you start traveling together. And when you start to travel the world together, you are together. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide, there's nobody to vent to but your partner. Um, and you still have good days and bad days. Life still goes on. Not every day is a great day. So, and I have a cat back here pulling on my screen that needs to stop. That's Murder Mittens. Um, when we started traveling, we were hopping country to country. And as we're showing you on our YouTube channel, and 3 months here, 2 months there, back to the US, 3 months, and you're traveling sometimes 3 days at a time, 4 days at a time, and then you're in another country for 3 months. You're trying to learn. And I truly believe that people don't realize until they settle in somewhere, like we settled in Thailand. Then you have that period where you kind of have that vacation period. You still got to go out and eat, you still got to get stuff, but you haven't settled into normal everyday life of where you're having to do grocery shopping and maybe go to the gym, go to the store, go explore. But you're not doing that all day, and you can't do that every day. I mean, especially if you're retired, depending on your budget, you may run out of money really quickly. You have to start prioritizing, and you have to start figuring out, okay, how can I live comfortably, afford what I'm doing, and get the things that I need. And you find yourself eventually sitting at home, like our home, we love our home a lot, together. Um, what do you talk about? I mean, what do we talk about? Some days we sit here and we don't talk at all for hours. I mean, we play on our phones. We watch social media just like you do in the real world. The fact is, though, we do it together. And relationships, we've seen relationships fall apart here very, very quickly. And honestly, from what we hear and what we see, it's because of communication. It's hard to tell the person you're with every day what's getting on your nerves, or what's bothering you, or what you need from them, or what they need from you. And there is nowhere to run and hide from it. Where are you gonna go?
Up a
Um,
mountain.
Up a mountain, to town,
To a beach club.
to a beach club, to a bar. I mean, we do everything together. Um, we don't really hang out. There's expat groups on every place you go, from every island to every country. We did not move out of the US to go sit around with a bunch of people to talk about the problems of the US. That was never our intention. We came here to assimilate into a whole new environment that we really, really enjoyed, and to um, adopt this way of living, the last thing we want to do is go sit around and complain with people about how or what's going on the other side of the world. So, what do? You spend time together, a lot of it. And, we change as we get older. Um, you have to adapt to those changes, and you get to see those changes in real time. And sometimes they're just not always nice. Um, you really have to be able to hash it out together. And I guess we'd say it can be tough. I mean, it's not easy. And but what?
I said being cheesy.
It's not easy being cheesy.
It's not easy being cheesy.
But I mean, I think that people have to realize too that when you choose this life, it's a life. It's not a lifestyle that you're choosing for a while. It's a whole new way of life. And, I mean, I guess there's people now, I mean, our generation is in their 50s. The divorce rates are going through the roof. We were having this conversation today at breakfast. We're probably the last big family style generation where people had multiple kids, 2, 3, 4 kids in a household. People today aren't having kids. We're not about the divorce separating lifestyle. We've been there. When we came into our marriage very early on, we hashed it out very quickly. We have wants and needs from each other, and we want to communicate with each other. And this is what we don't want. And I will tell you that we run into a lot of people here who come from working 9 to 5s. They have really never spent this much time together, and they get here and they start living and they realize they've never really communicated like this. And so it can be tough. It can be tough on a relationship. It can be tough on a marriage. And you don't come here to fix that. That you need to have that under control before you travel, because travel can be very stressful. And these countries change rapidly, and the situations change. I mean, there could be a day tomorrow that our visa may change, and we may have to pack up and leave for a week or a day or a month. Who knows? I mean, they change pretty rapidly, so you have to be very versatile. So you're not running away from stress. You're just gaining new stressors, but you can't run away and hide from it here, from each other. You have to face them together. So I think that's a big part of what I would say to people if you're going to start traveling and you're going to start, you want to travel the world and you're going to be living out of a suitcase and it's just going to be me and you. I think you need to get your communication skills under control before you even start.
Under control.
Yeah, you need to figure them out. I mean, wouldn't you say that is pretty good? I mean, people need to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you need to learn to talk to each other.
She's my bestest friend.
I mean, she's the best friend. She's my best friend in the world right there. I mean, I do everything with her. I don't like being apart from her. I had to leave for one whole day to go to Bangkok, fly to Bangkok early in the morning, go to a doctor's appointment. And I had initially said I was going to stay the night at a hotel and then fly back the next day. I squashed that real quick and flew back that night. I did not want to be away from her for a night. I don't like it. I love her company. But that doesn't mean we always get along.
I'm a peach.
She is a peach. But that doesn't mean we always get along.
Sometimes spoiled peach.
And spoiled peach. And we don't always agree with everything. But our morals are the same. And our philosophy is the same. We just don't agree on everything all the time. And so, I mean, honestly, we do have a lot of downtime. The rainy season's coming here in a few months. We will be spending a lot of time indoors. And you got to be ready to just sit here with each other and not really have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So, just I would say, if I could give you some of the best advice, if you want to travel, go do it. I would never tell you not to. Just make sure that you and your partner are on the same page. You got a good, strong relationship, and you can talk to one another
Yeah.
about anything. Because your life is going to change, and the ideas of what you may want in your life are going to change as well, especially depending on where you live. And so you have to find common ground. I think that would best explain, if you want a successful travel life, communication is going to be the key. Figure out whose role is what, who does what, and go from there.
Yes.
She's our travel planner. She does the research, she does the planning, she maps it out, and then we execute. So, because otherwise I would plan everything in about 5 minutes and we'd be gone. So that's just kind of how it is. We go down the street. So she likes to adventure and explore a little bit. So all these new neat little places y'all see, this is due to her research and digging. I would go to the same restaurant every day just like I would back in the US and eat the same food every day.
Every
So it's I
day.
definitely believe before you come here, you probably need to spend a lot of time together at home, doing a lot of things together at home, and just try to keep an open mind,
Yeah.
because these countries, they're different and it's not the same, and what doesn't frustrate your partner may frustrate you, and you got to find a way to ease that. And I guess one good example is that we love Vietnam. We enjoyed Vietnam. We didn't want to live in Vietnam after being there for 3 months, but we did love it. But coming from the US, we have a personal space bubble that we put around us. You don't like people walking up on you, bumping into you, standing really close to you in line. And me, coming from the job I was in for 26 years, you just don't let people get that close to you. The Vietnamese people will stand on your toes. They will literally stand back to front, shoulder to shoulder. If the elevator says 20, they'll put 40 in it. So you getting over the phobia of having people that close to you was hard for me. It was, and a little frustrating at times. Kind of kept me on edge for at least the first month or so, because that's just the way they are. But there's really no fear of it over there. There was no crime to worry about. People start talking like you're gonna get pickpocketed and all this those are some of the nicest people in these countries. You can leave your phone on the ground and walk off and nobody will pick it up. And if they do, they'll turn it into the police station and then they'll make a Facebook post to tell you where to go get it. So just do your research and work on each other. Understand each other very well, because you can have a great life traveling, or you could end a very long relationship in a very quick amount of time. So I hope this is helpful. We hope it helps you understand and it gives you a little insight. And if you have any questions, just let us know. Say bye, baby.